New tonight, a convicted murderer finishes his sentence at the ACI. Now that he's out, he's making a living teaching nonviolence and discussing his crime. The victim's family tells us they're outraged, saying the man who killed their loved one shouldn't get paid to talk about it.
Steve Nielsen has been following this case for months. He joins us with exclusive reaction from both sides in a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
Sal Monteiro spent more than a decade behind bars here at the ACI. Now that he's out, he comes back to teach classes on nonviolence, and he's paid to do it. The family of the man he's convicted of murdering wants it to stop immediately. The murder was decades ago, but the wounds are still fresh.
Every second, every morning, it will never go away.
Fernando Silva was married and the father of an 11-month-old girl. In 1992, he was gunned down outside his Pawtucket home by two strangers trying to steal his car. Silva didn't want to give up the vehicle because his daughter was in the back seat.
They just shot him in cold blood. They haven't give Fernando one chance to defend his little girl that was sitting on the back seat of the car. You know, that is sad.
Sal Monteiro was one of the men who attacked Silva that night.
I was 19 years old back in 1992. Was involved in a carjacking where an innocent man lost his life. I was charged with second-degree murder.
He was convicted and served his time. His accomplice who pulled the trigger is still in prison.
Important topic, drugs. Who do I need to talk to? It's a coping skill.
Now Monteiro teaches nonviolence to local elementary and college students and inmates at the ACI.
What are the chances
He works for the nonprofit Institute for the Study and Practice of Nonviolence. The institute would not say how much he's paid, but Monteiro tells us the job is his only source of income. I was allowed behind the barbed wire to join one of Sal's classes.
Somebody be the first step.
The inmates watched, listened, and got involved.
What number would it take for you to explode?
They're asked to use these skills that they learn from this class, and I see it work, and I see
They are using these skills.
Absolutely, Steve.
Coping skills.
I feel like Sal is saving lives in my eyes.
And you might not like that.
Telling us it's better than being in the streets.
Talk about the process.
Do you think you've changed lives here?
Yes, I know for a fact. I do. Are you a leader or a follower?
Sal teaches by talking about his life and the day he and another man killed Fernando Silva. Fernando's family was shocked when they found out, and now they want it to stop.
He's been paid to talk about that. I mean, our case. It's not fair.
I think they're hurt that this is your income, this is your job.
I can be at Burger King in the back working on the fries, or I can do something that directly impacts violence in our community. Now let's resolve this conflict. I choose this.
You think what the Nonviolence Institute is doing is admirable. They're trying to prevent violence.
It is.
You just don't want the person that was convicted of murdering a loved one to be the voice of it.
That's my point. I don't want him to being paid to talk about our case. This is what I don't want. This is what we're trying to avoid.
I can't change what happened in the past, but I can damn sure change what happens in the future. And I would like for them to know that.
Sal told me he wants to speak with Fernando's family. The family, though, says they aren't ready to forgive him. Sal's accomplice, Eugene DePina, was the trigger man. He's still behind bars, but will be paroled in less than 2 years. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.